Welcome to Afrique Today. My name is Alain Pierre and today is Sunday guest. Like every Sunday we have a new guest. You can watch Afrique Today on 4 platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and our website www.afriquetoday.com. And if you watch us from Centreville, just go ahead, download Afrique Today apps and you will be able to watch us live. I have the honor to have here my new guest is Mary Henrietta. She's the coordinator for Watch Democracy Grow organization. Welcome to Afrique Today.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you for having me.
Very happy to have you today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
What is Watch Democracy Grow all about?
Watch Democracy Grow is a non-profit organization, non-partisan. It was started in 2016 after the Obama summit in 2015 in Ethiopia, where he argued a lot of African people and African leaders that Africa does not need strong men, but actually needs strong institutions. So it was after that speech that we really got inspired to start Watch Democracy Grow, an organization whose mission is to promote and integrate both democracy and human rights on the continent, with the vision that through public education, civic engagement activities, we will be able to have a prosperous continent and peaceful, hope-free.
When this organization was created?
It was created in 2016, September actually.
Wow, very nice. What is the vision of that organization?
The vision is that we believe Africa, like any other community, has gone through a lot of civilization stages. We had the issue 1960s, which was the time for independence. We had 70 to 80, the military coups, and so on. We think 21st century should be an era for promoting democracy, encouraging human rights respect on the continent. They usually say, civilization calls all. Society, leaders, and everybody. So we think this is a time for Africa at least to move on in terms of trying to establish good governance and human rights respect. And that's why we started the organization.
Yes, no, just please tell me a little bit, because some people who watches us now cannot really understand what Watch Democracy doing for African community. Can you explain me exactly what exactly are you doing for African community?
Yeah, what we do, like in diaspora, the first thing, remember we got established in 2016. So literally what we are trying to do is to build the base for people in diaspora to know that they have a duty of promoting those two values on the continent. And the reason why we promote democracy is simply human freedom. Okay. It's a universal need. It's not only in some countries and not the other. It's a universal need. And you cannot promote democracy without promoting human rights respect. So they go in hand. So that's why you combine the two. So in diaspora, what we do, we engage other civil societies, other organizations which are here. And then after that, we try to see how we can also improve those kind of organization, link them to the organization at home, but also see how we can continue to promote the human rights progress on the continent.
And how many members do you have?
Okay, we started with I would say 6 members. We have a member from Sweden, we have another one from Liberia, we have another one from Angola, me from US, and then another one from, she's from Gabon. Wow. So basically we have majority of them 2 men and 4 women. So that is another Watch Democracy Grow.
Yes, and the name is very interesting because it's a Watch Democracy Grow. It's very interesting. How you found that name? How you create that? In
the real sense, Watch Democracy Grow starts at the notion of we have to evaluate how democracy is taking root on the continent. In other words, evaluate how democracy is taking root on the continent. Because there is a possibility of promoting, but integration has been a challenge on the continent, really. So the aim is how do we monitor, how do we evaluate, where it has failed, what do we do? Because it is a process. Democracy is a process. It's not something that goes like overnight. But how do we, for example, what we do, we give incentives to the countries which are really trying to stay on the path by recognizing the leaders. For example, we had Liberia, where the leader just simply handed over power peacefully. We had, by the way, even Zimbabwe, where we would say, well, that one was a glitch, but at least there was a peaceful transfer of power. We had countries like Kenya, where we have sitting president with even, you see, the history about Africa is that we always believe that when a leader comes in, the other one should go to ICC or somewhere, leave the country. We are trying to even end that culture, whereby if a leader has served the country, let him be part of, is the legacy he has made for that country. And on that one, we usually give a credit to Emmerson Mnangagwa for having even allowed President Mugabe to be in the country. So we are trying to end that culture of a leader serving and in a second he's in the ICC. You know, it's inhuman in a way.
Okay, I have another question, is because I read a little bit about what your organization is doing, and another question I have, another thing you're doing, you try to reduce the problem of refugee crisis. How you do that?
Okay, the issue of, you first ask yourself, how does the issue of refugee crisis come?
Yeah, okay.
99% it comes because whenever we have a change in the leadership, those who were already in the old government, on the previous government, they will run away from the country. That is number one. Number two, ethnicity issues. Sometimes you find that the leader who was in leadership previously is from a certain group of community, ethnicity. And then those ones who are not in the power, they will leave the country because it is no longer, they are no longer into favorable condition in terms of the government. So what we are trying to do is to create democracy, promotes tolerance, promotes freedom of opinion. How do we teach community to know that my opinion, I shouldn't be persecuted because of my opinion, you shouldn't be persecuted because of your opinion? How do we teach at least leaders to know that whenever they are coming into power, they are there for the whole community? Literally, the issue of refugees comes, it's a political cause, it has a political root cause, as opposed to other factors.
Okay, before I ask you my last question, I have another question for you. I know last Friday you held a New Year party for African community. What was the purpose of that event?
Thank you, Alan. The purpose of that event was to bring together all civil society organizations. It was actually organized by Watch Democracy Grow, Sons and Daughters of Africa, and Jakent International. Both of those organizations promote African unity and African heritage. And when we are talking of promoting democracy, we cannot forget that it is going to be done by the people, the Africans themselves, including even other factors. But the role of Africans ourselves is very vital. And you cannot do a lot if you don't have unity from all of them. So what we did was to get an event that will bring all of us together, come up with a good New Year's resolution for the continent, which was to double effort in terms of network, in terms of investment, in terms of engaging all the people, including our academians. We have a lot of people who finish school here and they don't want to go back because they are like, the place is not going to be as really as incentive in terms of worthiness of what they've started and what they would be able to get So we are trying to see how do we engage them and how do we also make Africa really a suitable place for that kind of group of people so that they go and develop their country. So we have usually a platform where we invite all the African academians. They come and give lectures. We believe they have a lot of talents. They can improve our youth. They can impact their community.
Thank you so much. I know you all only exist in 1 year. You have 1 year, right? Or
2 years.
2 years, okay. In 2 years, you have already some partner. Which partner you have?
We are partnering with the different organizations. We have USAID. We are trying to see what we can do with even other organizations expand. We have Friends of Angola aboard. We have Afrique Today as part of our partnership. We have yesterday we got a little bit of a collaboration with the Montgomery African Affairs group. So we are a growing team, and so far people are appreciating what we are doing. So we are looking forward to keeping rolling the ball for the next year.
Tell us a little bit more about your partnership with Afrique Today.
The Africa Today, we are partnering because of two things. It is a company which is broadcasting. The audience is Africans, as opposed to CNN, which is only engaging a few demographic. The Africa Today engage the audience. Today, the audiences are Africans who are our targeted audience. So that's why we are getting a partnership and also trying to encourage our own to own business. If Africa Today is trying to broadcast and is broadcasting African news, let us also try to encourage that mainstream in terms of investing and investing in our people too.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much
for
your time. I know it wasn't easy to have you today. No, we have this interview. No, before I let you go, I will say thank you to everyone who watching us. And I remember everyone that you held a New Year party last Friday. And we had an interview with a lot of doctors.
Oh, yeah.
And we want to give you an opportunity to watch that event right now. This will be happen just after the break. Thank you so much to be with me.
You are most welcome.
See you maybe next time.
All right. See you. Thank you.
Okay, just stay tuned, please, and just stay online, because right now, after the break, you will see the Diaspora New Year party held by Watch Democracy Grow. Stay tuned. See you next time. Bye.